Hey, welcome to the Gym Owners Podcast. Today we have Chris from Rosamond Health and Fitness back again, personal friend and multiple guests to the podcast. We love having him on. Thank you, Chris, for coming back on with us.
Hey guys, love being here. Thank you.
Awesome. How's everything been going lately?
Things are good. We came off a pretty good summer, I would say. Probably the best summer we've ever had. I know I say that a lot, but business is always thriving here. Our town is kind of like in a mini boom right now, which is a good thing for us. We have done some certain plans in the last, I would say, 2 to 3 months that have really sparked up business. People are bringing in new friends and family. We're getting a lot of family memberships. I think that right now we're in a time where I think family members and friends are starting to realize how important activity is again. They're getting healthy. They're getting fit. I'm getting loads of people that come in and just say, hey, we love your Instagramming stories. It's very motivating. Thank you. And it's making me feel great when I hear that. At the same time, I'm like, darn, the Instagram stories actually work because I don't like to do them all the time because it is another job. However, if it helps people stay motivated and keep their discipline going, then it's good for me, it's good for the gym, and it's good for them. So things are good. Excited to talk about some topics today with you and see if anybody can learn anything. I want to thank everybody for doing the podcast with you because like I tell Anthony all the time, when I go home on lunch break, that's all I watch is the podcast to try to learn. And all the new gym owners and people going through the same types of motions that we are, I appreciate it. So keep it up, everyone.
Awesome. So what we're going to attempt to go over today, I know every time me and you get on a cast, it ends up going this way, that way, whichever way. But what I would like to cover is feeling the burn from students canceling, going back to school, setting up for a slow November and December, because we all know if you don't have a setup for November, December, and it's a ghost town, that extra money you make in July, February, March just makes up for a slow November and December. I would like to go over, again, what you just said, using social media. And if we have time to go over cancels and how important to have a system in place when people come in to cancel is, because if you have a gym that absolutely kills it, you do 100, 150 signups, but you're getting 70 to 80 cancels, you're growing just as much as the small gym that didn't do any marketing or anything, and you're burning yourself out. So I would like to cover those things. We'll see what we get today. So let's go over the first topic. Feeling the burn from students canceling and going back to school. You said you've had this year, it's been good for you. Can you tell us what you've done to, like, well, we'll put it this way, when you normally felt the burn to what you changed to where it really didn't affect you this year?
Okay, so this summer has been really good for the gym. In the last, I think this is our sixth year being open. We have brought in a lot of high schoolers in the last probably like 3 to 5 months. They definitely utilize the gym this summer, which is really cool because most of us that own gyms love being in the gym environment. I joined my first gym when I was 16. I still remember my mom bringing me there and signing me up. It was like at the time $60 a month, and that was considered the student rate, which was cheap. That was back in like 1998. However, we brought in a lot of positivity in high school, and all the high school students, even athletes, non-athletes, are all coming in to use the gym, which is great because it really helped our summer this year. I would say we probably lost about 20% of those kids we brought in because a lot of them were seniors and are going away to college. So what we try to do is, or what I try to do is, I always try to have a plan because over the last 6 years, we do notice that September and October and part of November can really be a hard hit for us when it comes to cancels, when it comes to people losing motivation because they are just not getting into the gym the way they should. So in their mind, they mentally think, what's the first thing I should do is cut finances. And what's the first thing they cut is going to be their gym if they're not utilizing the gym the way they should. So I always, in the last few years, try to have plans set in place to kind of spark up people's motivation or desire to maybe want to come in and join the gym before the New Year's resolutions. I try to make it out not as a negative thing with the resolutions, but hey, get in here before the new year. So when the new year hits, you're already full throttle going through your motions. You're already deep into this. You're not one of the New Year's resolutioners who are getting their 2023 on track. So that works a lot of times. What I did this year is unfortunately, the apparel company that I use, who's local, I really feel bad to say it like this, but they're being forced out of their units, and they're being forced out because a bigger business is coming in, throwing them out. So I actually bought him out of every piece of apparel that I use, that I buy for him. All my hoodies, all my joggers, all my t-shirts, hats. I bought everything that he has in stock for us, which was a really big risk on my end. At first, I actually called him 2 to 3 different times to cancel the order. That's how much it was going to cost me. And I wanted to make sure that it was going to be a profitable but exciting thing to do for the members. So I ended up planning a apparel sale the last week of August, first week of September. So a 2-week sale. That really did well. I actually had to do a second order. He actually had to order out and do us more. So that was a great way to generate more revenue, and it was very profitable. And at the same time, I sold so much stuff. You got to think, every time you're selling something with your gym logo or the slogan you have, whatever it may be, that's advertisement that's being put out there. So did we make thousands of dollars? No. Did we do really well though? Yes. In the 2 weeks, I was blown away by how many people want to support their gym, our gym. So that was really cool. So I did that to kind of spark up the end of August, because I saw an opportunity to do that with the pricing of the clothing and stuff like that. So that was one of the things. In July, I already prepped October's promo that I'm doing, because we do usually see huge amounts of cancels in October. I don't know what it is about October. It's our worst month. Even last year, it was probably the worst October we had. However, this year, I already have in place. Anthony, I emailed you the social media post that I'll be doing. I don't know if you could pull it up, but we're going to be doing from October 1st to October 15th. I'm doing a one-time-a-year payment. You can join the gym for $265 flat for the entire year. No annual fees due. And it's a great way to bring in people. They see that they're going to be saving a few bucks a month by doing that. I think it breaks it down to about $22 a month, or about, which is a savings of about $7 a month for them if they pay in one shot. The other reason why I do this is because I don't push one-time-a-year payments. Anthony's the same way. We want reoccurring revenue, we want reoccurring monthly payments. We want that. However, I find that if you do that around that time of year, October, November, the people feel like they're making a commitment to themselves. It's almost the same as a New Year's resolution feeling when they join a gym. However, it's like, I'm going to spend $265 and I'm going to commit to the year, and I'm going to sign up to this gym. Now, do they all commit to it? Of course not. We're all in the business. We know how it works. However, it generates another way to show content on your Instagram, on your Facebook for 2 straight weeks. You're pounding out that ad. You're mentioning that ad, whatever it may be, on your Instagram stories. Hey, don't forget, if you got family members or friends who are interested in having fun and losing weight or getting fit, just like you are, we're having a special. It's $265 one-time payment. No annual fees due at sign up. Get them going. Let's go. Get in here. The sale ends October 15th. Sense of urgency, and it's a great way to bring in new business. We usually do, Anthony knows about my rewards, the Rosamond Health and Fitness annual membership raffle that I do usually from September 1st to October 31st. However, I'm not doing that this year. It's the first year I'm not doing it, mainly because I've had to make some major expense things this month. My budget was used up real quick. I had to buy some new cardio equipment. That's some stuff that broke down. So we ran into some little issues with that. Everybody knows that kind of an issue that you have, so we won't be doing our raffle this year, but instead I'm doing the special for October. We've been doing a lot of things with the community. We've been doing a lot of things with.
Can you see my screen? I'm sharing
All
your
right, cool.
Facebook page.
What's going on here? Jeez. we've been doing a lot of things with the high school the last couple months, donations and stuff. So my budget kind of shrunk because of the cardio equipment that I had to purchase in the last second. So the raffle won't be happening this year, but I'm doing something a little different because I feel like it's a little stagnant anyway. So we will be doing the special for the 1 year. And I think that'll be enough to kind of spark up some new business and bring in some new clients as well. So yeah, that's
I love this. This is exactly what everyone should be doing. You know, instead of just having a Facebook page, have a Facebook page. You're involving people. Like, here's the hit circuit class, crushed it. You're letting other people that are sitting home that aren't members of the gym saying, like, wow, these people look like they're having fun. Here's your. I'm guessing this is your contest that you have right here, that's where they enter.
The weight loss challenge contest. Yep, that's the weight loss challenge contest. Yep. And if you look to your left right there, scroll up a little bit and stop right there. Now go left. Oh, keep going down a little. You'll see the
down. Right here.
Keep going right there. Go to the right. There's the don't forget thing. That's what you told me to do. And I made that happen. I put that all over the gym in like 3 or 4 spots. So people tag us in their gym photos to kind of like make the people feel comfortable in the environment that, hey, it's okay to take your selfie if you want. Just make sure you tag us. And that was your idea. I took advantage of it. I loved it. It cost me like about $20 in signs. It looks clean. It's small. It's not big in the gym. It's cool. So yeah,
everyone takes a gym selfie. This just gives them an excuse to say, hey, we want you to take a gym selfie. You know,
exactly. Anything to make it fun. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and people like when they see that, they just feel like no matter if they're a monster, if they just started the gym, it doesn't matter. They feel good about themselves. If it makes them feel good, it makes us feel good, and it's good for the gym.
That's awesome. So let me ask you a question, because you covered a lot of topics there. One of them was inventory. If I'm a gym owner watching this, that I've never sold shirts, I've never done anything, from your experience, what do you think would be a safe purchase, like an investment on shirts? Is there specific sizes that I should order? Like if I was just starting out, I've never done apparel, all I sell is memberships and bottles of water. What would you suggest as like a starter to test the waters if apparel is good for you?
Great question. So what I've learned in 6 years, and guys, listen to me with this one. See, the good thing about this apparel company I've been using, and the bad thing is because they're going out of business, unfortunately, is that he keeps everything in stock. So what I do is really throughout the year, I do apparel to order. So if somebody comes in and sees my employee or me, hey, can I get a pair of those joggers? Yeah, no problem. They're $40. What size would you like? What color would you like? They get everything they want. The color, the size, it's perfect. Same thing with all the shirts I have made. Like this shirt I had made, people want this shirt. Well, this shirt's not, when I sell apparel, we make enough money to where it pays for itself on the shelf. We don't make a lot, guys. You keep it cheaper, but good quality. This is called Next Level. That's the fabric that we use. They're the best t-shirts you could get. They don't shrink. They're kind of tight. They're form-fitting. But however, everybody wants this shirt. Okay, well, this shirt's $4 extra because it's 2 logos printed on top. So different. I do not keep any apparel in stock. One of the reasons is because, one, apparel is really expensive. So in the beginning, I'd order 50, 60 t-shirts, keep them in stock. They'd sit in the stock room for months. Yeah, you sell 1, you sell 2. But when I do an apparel sale, like once a year, I would say, then people get sparked up. You bring some new stuff in, some new logos in, they want to purchase. But when it comes to keeping stuff in stock, keep it very limited, because I've noticed that it just sits there and collects dust in the shelvings or in your stock room. So be smart about it. If you're opening a new gym and you're bringing in new clients, it's a great gift to give. We did that in the beginning of our grand opening. I did the stainless steel water bottles, which were very expensive, but for the first 200 members, they got a stainless steel water bottle wrapped with a Rosamond Health and Fitness white t-shirt. And then probably for like the next 300 members, I think I had to reorder t-shirts, thank God. And we just did t-shirts wrapped in a ribbon. But it's a great way to generate and spark maybe new memberships. Hey, join this month and get a free t-shirt and do something cool, not just your logo. Like you could do your logo, like this one I did, #MyGym. The members love it because it's our gym, it's my gym, it's everyone's gym. It's a very homey feel. Do things like that, get creative. and do it to where, again, there's that sense of urgency where the shirts might go away or the joggers might go away, whatever it may be. But don't go crazy with ordering shirts to keep them in stock. So then you got $1,200 of shirts sitting in drawers in the back of your stock room. That doesn't make much sense. So, and always remember that. I see all these gyms selling tank tops and t-shirts, but they're $30, $35 a pop. They want to make money on the apparel. I get it. But at the same time, maybe make a little less money and get more volume of your logo out in the town walking around. I go to
marketing.
I go to the supermarket. You know how awesome it is to see people in full jumpsuits with my logo or my hats on, whatever it may be. It's such a great feeling. It's so rewarding. So be smart on how much you order. Really focus on how much you spend per order, because like I said, I was a little nervous this order I did. It was a big order. It was over 250 pieces, and a lot of it was like hoodies and joggers and lightweight hoodies. Those are badass too, guys. Lightweight hoodies are like a t-shirt material with the hoodie. Big seller, and probably the best profit margin on those as well. So you guys look into that kind of stuff. But that's a great question, Anthony, because I made that mistake in the beginning. And don't order Gildan and Hanes type t-shirts. Look for the good stuff. Because I made that mistake.
But marketing, like you said, if you're just opening up, I mean, back when we had a club, we did a goodie bag where you got a t-shirt. We sold supplements, and like some of the supplement companies, they drop off 2 boxes of samples, right? Like I'm talking huge, massive boxes. So we just basically got a roll of stickers, and we got a nice looking bag. We put the sticker on every bag. We put a t-shirt. We had a bunch of free samples in there. I think we linked up to a barber where they were just starting out and had no clients. So they made up coupons for a free haircut, not included. And that's what you got for signing up. You got a free haircut, a bunch of samples, a t-shirt. It's a nice little goodie bag, especially when the other gyms aren't doing anything like that. But yeah, that's you can't get better marketing than that. Like you said, when you see another shirt with your logo on it, it's just like, hell yeah, man. It's our name is getting out there.
Hey, just really quick before you jump. That is a great point. Guys, I don't have much hair, okay? I like to get a haircut and get my face trimmed, but I don't have much hair. However, I go to a specific barber in this town because of how busy he is. One, he's a member, but barbers, a big part of their job is they have to talk to their clients. So when you got a barber that goes to your gym, you come to him and people ask him, where do you work out? I gave him a free hat 2 days ago. So good point. Guys, go to your barber shop, find the best barber in town, spread the word, auto parts stores, hardware stores, wherever you spend money, these people will market your business. Oh, there's a new powerlifting gym down the block. Oh, there's a fitness center that has great classes for women, whatever it may be. That is a great point, Anthony.
Hook up the guy at GNC. One of the points that I would always tell people, every business owner within like a 3 or 4 mile radius should know who you are and know your gym. I would give free memberships out. I mean, they're never going to use it, but like you said, they talk to people, and the ones that do use it, like for example, the GNC guy, I gave him a free month-to-month membership as long, as he let me put my little fishbowl to win a free lunch or something there. And people would ask him questions, because remember, GNC supplement stores, people that walk in there are walking in there not knowing anything about fitness. And if they're stacked with a bunch of 2-week passes for somebody that just walked in to ask about losing weight, guess what? That person's coming to your club. So yeah, any place where people have to talk to people, hook them up. You don't have to give them a free membership if you don't want to, but hook them up with a membership, hook them up with apparel. It gives them something to talk about to a customer, which they are looking to do. Awesome. All right. So let's move on to setting up your club for November and December. Do you have anything special promotions going on November and December?
No, I'm going to ride out November. That's my plan. I got a lot of signups last year, late November, early December, like a lot. So my annual fees will be hitting really hard from what I've checked out on my software, obviously, on my scheduled payments. So the plan is generate business early October, ride out October, November. We usually have a really good December. I never have an issue with December. And I'm probably not going to do much. I don't do much for New Year's. A lot of gyms like to wait to do promotions for January. I'm the opposite. I like January, you're going to be busy no matter what. So it's like, why do promotions for the month that you're going to be generating a ton of business anyway? People are going to pay whatever your regular rate is for January anyway. So I think that right now my plan is just hit this quick October thing. We came off the good apparel sale, and for November and December, just going to ride the wave of what we have right now to kind of feel it out and continue. But like you asked promotions too, like this is the other thing. My social media marketing is it's a full-time gig every day. So
Sure.
We're always pushing. We're never not pushing the business. So I just think that we're not going to be offering any discounts or anything like that.
Well, promotions don't just mean, just because I said promotion doesn't mean it has to be a discount. Like it's as long as it's something when somebody walks in, like say January, somebody walks in, yes, they're going to sign up, but just to show the packages that are available, that could be retail rate, just so we can easily slide them into onboarding and being a member as fast as possible. And we're maximizing every sale. So when I'm saying promotions, I don't necessarily mean a discount, just as long as there's something in place for people to see, oh, yes, I like that. That's the membership I'm going to have, or that's the training package that I should buy. That's all I meant by that.
Oh, sorry.
No worries. We're bouncing things back off to each other like we normally do on a phone call. So what would you think about like January when they come in? You're basically not forcing a membership, but you're basically saying this is the one that everyone does, and it comes with this package for training. Like, do you would agree to that, or are you just like, hey, January, I just open my doors, people come in, just buy regardless. There's no need to make an effort like to do a promotion like that.
Well, I think that if you're going to do what I've done in the past, I don't know if you remember last year, early February, we ran those couple of promotions in a row. One was crazy. We did 7 days, sign up today for $10. And then
Awesome.
you waive your annual fee, which is due. But then the next month you go back to your new monthly payment of $29.99, because that's when we raised prices last year. So we raised our prices last year, which was a great move. I still kick myself for not doing it sooner. But a really good way to get the people in the door is give some kind of a incentive when they sign up. Like, it could even be a $10 discount towards their annual fee, whatever it may be. I've also done for new members to spark up my trainers' businesses. We have 3 trainers on staff that rent space from us. Sign up between the month of January 1st to the 31st and get a free evaluation session from your trainer of choice. So, Samantha comes in, signs up. Hey, we're offering a free evaluation. Would you like to meet one of our trainers? They might not be interested in training. However, they sign up, they meet the trainer. The trainer says, look, you might not want to commit to, a bunch of packages, but why don't we do like a 3-day type, just walk through style training sessions, so you know how to use the equipment. Boom, trainer gets 3 sessions. She's happy. She's got a plan on and kind of has an idea of what she should be doing. And everybody wins. And we get a membership that might hang on for a while because she knows what she's doing. I think that's probably, you know what? You just made me think of something. For January, that's what I'm going to do this year. An acclimation membership. You sign up, you get a trainer for a day to get you acclimated with the gym itself, because those are the people that when they sign up, they're going to cancel within a month or 2 if they don't use it because they're motivated by the New Year's resolutions. So there we go. I'm doing that for January. There we go. It'll be a quick 20-minute session with a trainer. The trainers have to obviously agree to want to do this, but most of them usually do, because part of my deal with them is you rent space, I help you market, people listen to what I would say. If I try to put the person with the trainer that I feel would fit their best needs, it's a great way to market them as well. They would not want to do it. So I think that's what I'm going to be working on this year. An acclimation package, sign up, $54.99, includes a free 25-minute acclimation session with a trainer. And we get you motivated. We get you set up on a plan on what you should be doing, a quick plan. Here's our strength training machines. And then if you get those clients who are like, well, maybe I should do a couple more sessions because I want to learn more about these machines and I want to try dipping into some squats that I see people trying to do and I don't want to hurt myself. Boom, there we go. So that's a good example on maybe a good New Year's promo that you can offer. It doesn't cost us anything out of our pocket because the trainer is going to volunteer their 20-minute session to try to
get the client
their own business. That's a whole other podcast on its own, trying to explain to trainer. You got to be unfortunately, you have to be a salesman too when you're selling yourself.
Well, even if you're a gym that pays trainers, it's still worth it to do a fit test eval or a free personal training session, whatever you guys say at your gym, because if they have nothing, you're right. They're gonna have their certain amount of months that they pay you and then just end up canceling and never use anything. Fine. But if you have somebody that buys personal training, they're with you for life until they actually do move if they end up canceling. If you have somebody that doesn't do training, but they just do an assessment and intro to how to use the machines where they don't feel dumb about, getting on a machine and not doing it right, that person's going to stay with you 12 months, 20. I mean, it's a person ends up not using the club and canceling because they don't have experience. They don't want to feel stupid because they don't know how to use something or they don't want to ask. We're becoming more and more antisocial as the years go on. So we kind of have to step in and say, look, as soon as you sign up, we're going to do a fit test and an evaluation or call it a free personal training. Who cares? Whatever you call it, let the person know we're going to acclimate you to the machines. We're going to answer any questions you have, and we're going to get you to understand on how to use the gym to get you to the way that you want to look. You did gloss over something that I wanted to bring up. You said raising rates. Now, if I'm a gym owner listening to this, I'm like, wait a second, he just said raising rates. Can we rewind a little bit back on what you did and what the end process ended up being? So how did you raise your rates and what was the turnout?
Okay, so what we did was we gave people a really good amount of time to know that, hey, we're raising our rates. I believe I started marketing it mid-January of last year. Like, hey, starting February 1st through the 7th, you can sign up for the gym for only $10. Next month is $29.99. We are raising our rates. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Scratch that. With the last 2 weeks of January, we're marketing, get in here for the next 2 weeks, sign up, lock in your rate. Our rates are going up. So they wanted to get in there and sign up at $19.99 or $24.99, depending on what package they fell into. But starting February 1st to the 7th, you can come in and sign up for $10 only. However, the next month is $29.99, and that's going to be your monthly payment. We did that for a week as well. And then after that 7th day was up with that, I don't know if you remember, from the 8th to I think the next 2 weeks of that package, we ran a promo, sign up for just your first monthly payment of $29.99. So they save $25 at sign up. They don't have to pay the annual fee. And then when that one ended, then we went into full rates, which was our annual fee of $25, our raised rate of $29.99. And what was great is all three segments of that promo crushed it. And when I thought the second segment wasn't going to be as good as the first, it was better. And then the same thing with the third segment where they just had to pay their first new monthly payment. That was better than the $10 one.
Wow.
What's nice is you ease people into it. We gave them roughly about 5 weeks to figure out we're raising our rates. And Anthony is the one that kind of swung me to Chris, you got to raise your rates. And he's right. I should have done it years before because of what we offer, what people get out of our facility. It's worth it, and know what you're worth. And I know that you're competing against other gyms like the Planet Fitness stuff. Fortunately for us, Planet Fitness is 15 miles away. Good luck with that in California, paying $5.50 for gas right now. But yeah, it's a great way to raise your rates. You give people plenty of time. And even when we raise the rates, even now, nobody even mentions cost. at $29.99 a month, plus their $25 fee. And what's nice is the new memberships that have been coming in over a year now, we're in that rut where we're getting the new payments, and the 1999s are kind of fluttering away, or they're loyal members that have been with us since the beginning. But it's a great way to drum up a little bit more gross revenue. And it definitely has been a positive thing. And if you guys are thinking about it and you haven't raised rates in a long time, that was the first time I raised rates. So that was at the five-year mark or whatever it was, 5.5 years. So it's definitely a smart thing to do. People understand. They know that weird things are going on in the world, inflation, all this other crap you hear about. Everybody knows if you use center pull paper towels right now, they're up 200% of what they were 2 years ago. Just little stuff like that just boggles my mind. However, you have to do what's best for the business. And the other thing I've been doing too, and you always talk about giving out free memberships, and I understand how that works and all that, but I don't give out free trial days anymore. We are a gym that's been here for 6 years. We have a great solid membership base. My staff and I work very hard to keep this place top notch in all aspects of our business. And if somebody comes in and says, well, do you do a trial day or a trial week? The answer is, unfortunately, we do not anymore. Because in my mind, guys, if this person right here is not willing to, let's say I had somebody come in the other day, they wanted to try our yoga class. I have 5 yoga classes a week with 2 different instructors. Our yoga classes are full every day. They're amazing instructors. We're not a yoga studio, but we offer yoga studio style and level of professionalism that you would just get at a regular yoga studio in this little gym. So if you don't want to invest $12 into finding out whether or not you're going to like it here and want to invest in your health and fitness, I don't want to be rude how I say it, but I don't want you then. If $12 is what's going to persuade you to maybe join the gym, I'm sorry, I can't afford to take up a space in the class for someone that doesn't want to pay $12. And I've been putting my foot down with free day passes on that lately, and I haven't noticed anything. If anything, people pay and then they sign up. And I might take that $12 and put it towards their sign up as a credit, if they persuade them.
For sure.
Yeah, but
just to be clear, I'm never about somebody giving them a free membership with a walk-in. Like 100%. They should pay. They came in, they want to see what the place is. I don't go to Starbucks and say, hey, let me try that coffee. If I like it, I'll buy it. It doesn't happen, So I want to be clear. I'm about if I go to GNC and I give the guy and I print out things that look like certificates. So I'm like, hey, only give these to people that look like they're going to use it. Because I'm never chances are, if that GNC gives a 2-week pass to somebody, that person probably was never going to walk into my gym anyway. And it's just an extra person that walks in that I could go over their goals, give them a tour, and I could flip that 2-week membership to a paying membership and say, we have a trade-in offer. If you want the 2-week pass, I could set that up. But otherwise, if you want to trade in for a membership, what we can do is we could waive your sign-up fee or whatever the case may be. But I want to be clear. If somebody walks in asking, hey, can I try it? Hell no. We have a day fee. If you like it after, I can apply that day fee to the cost of the membership. But if you don't like it, you paid for the use of my facility today. So just to be clear, I'm on the same page with you on that one.
And I think I just realized when you're talking, I was like, shit, I think I came out wrong too. I didn't mean it like that. I was just giving my point across about giving out like days or monthly. I didn't mean it like Anthony likes to give out free stuff left and right. Not me, but that's not what I meant. So
all right, sweet. All right. So okay. So went over about raising rates. And just so you know, guys, if you're watching this and you're like, oh my God, I can never raise. Chris, when I mentioned it to him, he should raise his rates. He was a perfect candidate for raising his rates. His memberships were already low. He doesn't really have any competition around him. There's not a Planet Fitness around him for 15 miles. So there was no reason for him not to raise his rates. And people are more understanding today anyway, where people understand cost of goods is going up for everybody. You're eating it from paper towels, soap. So you want to make sure all your ducks are in a row. If you are going to raise your rates, make sure all your ducks in a row. Your gym better be clean, because if you raise your rates and you have ripped equipment, your stuff is dirty, your cardio equipment has sweat stains on it, yeah, you're going to get a bunch of cancels. But if your ducks are in a row where I can eat off the floor, your cardio equipment's impeccable, there's no broken equipment, your stuff isn't ripped, by all means, raise the rates and break it down to the ridiculous when you do. When you raise it, say, $5 a month, don't say, hey, we're raising our rates $5. Say, we're raising our rates $1.25 extra a week to help cost of goods and to keep our gym the same way that you expect it, clean, fresh. And Chris likes to do one of the things that I say where he uses paint. Like you said, you were just touching up the gym. You want to go what you were doing?
So ever since Anthony and I started talking, he's always a big believer of, put some fresh paint on the walls. That's his quote. Put some fresh paint on the walls. He's right. So every 4 to 5 months, I bring someone in here. They touch up the walls, obviously marks from, weighted plates or whatever it may be, fingerprints, depending on what, the area of the gym you're in. And today, actually, I have the guy coming. He's going to touch up the walls from pretty much chest down in the gym. And I always think of Anthony because he's right. It puts a fresh smell in the atmosphere. And the members here know the maintenance that we do to keep our place looking clean and fresh. The equipment itself, I was unhappy with a few treadmills that I had last month breaking down all the time. I just said, you know what, forget it. Let's get 3 new refurbished ones brought in. I didn't want to. Same thing with all the different style equipment. The pulleys are always perfect. I'm very, I don't like to use, I'm very anal about how things run, how things are smooth in the gym. And people notice that. And I travel a lot for my other business too. So because of that, one of my hobbies is I love to go to different gyms. I've always done it. And I go all over the country. And I always go to different gyms. I always Google where I'm going for work, what's nearby, which one do I want to try, whether it's a gym that's a little more hardcore. It might be just a standard 24-hour fitness, whatever it may be. I see what's out there. And we might not have the swimming pool and the saunas and the hot tubs and the big bathrooms with the multiple showers. But we do have everything else and we're in great condition. My vinyl is repaired on probably I would say 3 times a year. I have a vinyl guy out here. He handles all my seats and everything's always in pristine condition. And that's another reason why I said, you know what, it is time to raise our rates. Our facility is worth more money than what these people are paying. We do appreciate everyone that pays what the rate is at that time, but it is time to kind of step up the 2023 pricing, I would say. And if you guys do the same thing and you guys keep your place clean, like Anthony says, I have cleaning crews that come in once or twice a day, depending on the day, and all they do is deep clean. Yeah, it's a big part of the business. You got to keep the place up to par, and the members notice these things, which is kind of nice because they always thank me and tell me how hard we work. And same thing with my staff. My staff's amazing. I came in the other day just after my shift. I came from town. I was running some errands, and I noticed, I was like, wow, who's opened all the doors to the gym? I was freaking out because I'm like, the AC's on. And then I noticed, I'm like, oh, it's one of my deep cleaners. She took the initiative and raised every treadmill up and was on her back, scrubbing underneath, her legs hanging outside the gym. I know it's hard to understand. You guys can't see our facility. And I'm like, what's going on? And I looked, and just because of that, this is a high schooler. I gave her a raise that day because our staff actually cares. We built a brand, we built a business that people are proud to work at and members are proud to say they come to. So you guys can do the same thing for sure.
Awesome. And if you're a gym that you can't afford a place to come and deep clean, then have cleaning checklists and make it a part where either you're going to do it or you're going to have your staff say, hey, this is the cleaning checklist for the day. You could have 2 times out of the month, you could have a super duper clean one where you could deep clean, get on the treadmills, just do everything. But you should have a daily checklist where every hour a person should go through the treadmills, go in the holes. Is there garbage in the holes? Is there disgusting sweat that needs to be sprayed down? Like that stuff it should be common sense. And not a lot of people do it. I have 2 gym memberships because one membership at a place, their cardio equipment is disgusting, but they have OS on their equipment is next level. So I use that for my equipment. And I have another membership because that other gym has horrible equipment, but their cardio equipment is impeccable. So if you're a gym owner watching this, clean your facility and make sure you have a daily checklist.
I actually, funny thing about that, I had an Instagram story the other day because, different stuff is fun to show members. I bought those giant Q-tips that the doctors use in the doctor facility because this is just show you guys how I am about the gym. We do have checklists too. You have to have that. Otherwise, you'll have people just sitting at the desk. Well, I don't want to say you have to majorly micromanage how people clean your facility, but I literally have it listed what chemical to use on every different thing on the list so that they use the equipment polish on the plastic. They use the disinfectant on the vinyl, like all this little stuff. But all the details you can cover, the cleaner your place will be and the less headache you'll have because it's like, look, it's right here. So funny thing is, I just recently bought the giant doctor Q-tips because it drives me nuts because, in the fans of the treadmills, those little fan holes, you can't get in there with a rag. So I actually was Q-tipping in there the other day and I'm like, wow, it works. So now on the list is Q-tip the fans once a week inside the treadmills so that it doesn't collect that little corrosion. So those little things matter, guys. They really do. Look at Anthony. He won't even go to a place because the cardio equipment's so nasty. And it does.
I'd rather them raise their rates and clean the cardio,
And if you have step mills or step masters, whatever you have, take it from me. Mop the steps every night.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, drives me nuts. Anyway,
that's the number one thing I wish people would do because the step mills are just like, oh my God, it's like a creator of sweat. And it has to be done every hour because as soon as a new person gets on, guess what? They're leaving behind a puddle of sweat. And chances are they're not having a spray bottle. I always do if I leave, I always clean up after myself, but most people don't. So especially if you're raising your rates, make sure your place is good to go.
I don't want to, really quick before we jump on the next topic, the grossest thing that ever happened to me in my gym happened to me about a little over 8 weeks ago. So one of my step masters, the grips were loose and they were sliding and I bought new grips. Well, if any of you guys do your own maintenance, putting grips on equipment is a pain in the ass. You better have a good compressor because you need a compressor. That's how the little tricks work to get it on smoothly because these grips are impossible to get on. So I got new grips for my step master. So I was cutting off the old grip from the step master. And actually my daughter was cleaning another piece of equipment next to me. She's 11. I put her to work this summer. And I had to tell her, get away. Because as I'm cutting down with the razor blade, cleaner and sweat is spewing out of the grip. It was living under the grip. It's disgusting, I know. However, after I got the grip off, the sweat smell, and we're clean, but it gets underneath. It's gross. I had to take the bars off. The thing was out of commission for over a week because I had to have the bars re-powder coated because underneath was just rotted rust of the paint from all the sweat and cleaner that would get in these grips. So I redesigned the grips now with hose clamps so nothing could get down in there, but it was nasty. So just to show you, we're all in this together. We all see some nasty stuff, I'm sure, but you got to stay on top of it because of that.
So wait, you use an air compressor? Because I used to use soapy water. I would cover it in soap and slide the grips up there. Do you think the air compressor works? How does that work?
Well, because here's the issue. You need to glue the grip. And they sell a lube glue. It sucks. So once you get the grip up to a certain point, it won't move anymore. I've shredded my hands. I have calluses. I've shredded them by twisting and trying to get it on, right? So one of the equipment companies that I use one day, I said, hey, how do you do grips on certain stuff? And the guy showed me, you get a blowgun on your compressor with the long nozzle.
Shoot
and what you do is you start the compressor and you're shooting into the grip to blow the grip up. And every time you shoot, you move. Shoot, you move. And it's the best way. It's still a bitch. However, when you got to replace those grips when they rip, it looks terrible. And but that's the best way to do it. So yeah, that's a tip. I wish somebody would tell me that tip.
It kills me when if you go to a gym and you get the close grip and there's no rubber on it, it's all metal and it's rusted and dude, come on, at least rhino line, take some paint and rhino line it or something, I don't know, put grips on it.
Yeah. Little things, guys. The little things definitely make a big difference.
Check the cable crosses, that there's no frayed edges at the end of that little plastic ball, like you know.
And when you feel that bump, 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 like,
yeah, you gotta change.
Oh,
come on.
Drive me nuts. Can't do that. And there's companies that you just take the cable off, you measure it, you see the end, pick the end, you call them up, say, I need this cable, this length, this size, this end, and this end on the other side. And in 4 days, I think it's National Gym Supply I use in California. Boom, brand new cable. I put it on and it's smooth again. No problems. Don't be lazy.
Replace your stuff. All right. So the other thing, let's see where we're at. Oh, we still got a couple minutes. Wow.
Yeah, we're doing okay. We're motoring through every topic we talk about.
So the next topic that I wanted to go over was like going over cancels. Because you said you worked really hard last year on getting people come in, to let them know, hey, we're raising our rates, stuff like that. Would you sell like 120 memberships that month or something on the month that you were raising your rates?
Yeah, it was incredible. I don't remember the exact number, but we broke 100. I know that for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I remember you texting me every time we got another one.
A lot of those people from February that did that, those annuals are going through this February. So I'm like running to get to February, like, yes, like it's worth it, because you get that extra 25 annual. It definitely helps the tally each month.
So what I want to kind of bring up was, let's say you do a good promotion, you get a whole bunch of signups, have a cancellation, standard operating procedures for a cancellation, whether it be if your gym just has a front desk staff and a person basically not good to talk somebody out of a cancel, then have them make the person sign a cancel request form where the person still signs. They feel that they're not so anxiety ridden about canceling the membership. They put their name, and then leave it up to you. If you're better with talking to people, call them back up, offer them a free month, see if there's any way to get them out. If not, cancel their membership, but at least have a place in order for when people come in to cancel, instead of somebody just going, oh no, why would you want to do something like that? As soon as you say something like that, that's it. Their defense wall's high and they're going to tell you that they're moving. So this way, there's nothing that you can say to talk them out of it. So right. Let's shoot it over to you. What do you do when somebody comes in and wants to cancel? Do you try to talk them out of it? Like, what are your operating procedures?
Well, we live in an area where there's an Air Force base right down the street. So we get a lot of cancels for moving. So perfect example for August was a great month. We had 57 signups, but we had 43 cancels. Now, out of the 43 cancels, 31 were moving or being relocated. So you really can't, I don't push the whole, why are you canceling? What can we do type attitude with my staff. However, perfect example. This one girl, her husband got sent away for overseas. She can't afford the gym right now with him gone. Money's a little tight. And one of my staff members writes it in the reason, money's tight, husband overseas. I immediately spoke to her the next day I saw her. And I learned this from you, Ant. I said, look, what's going on? It's finances. That's what it states. Like, yeah, this is going on. I got 2 kids. And I'm like, look, you love using the gym. You're here every day. And she's dedicated. She's got a great routine. And I said to her, look, this is your place, right? This is where you get away for your hour, right? She's like, yeah, my mom watches the kids when I come. I said, look, I'll tell you what. How long is your husband going to be gone? He's going to be gone for 3 months. And all I did was tell her, look, instead of $29.99 for the next 3 months, all right, I'm only going to charge you $12 each month. Not only did her face just look like light up and just look like, wow, right there I could tell she's going to go to the next person and say, oh, that gym is great. The owner is awesome. Now I tell them, don't tell people I do this for you. This is between us, but she's going to talk our gym up. I saved the membership. In 3 months when he gets back, she goes right back to $24.99. That's the military discount rate. She's happy. I'm happy. And I asked her when she was leaving that day, she's like, hey, I really appreciate everything you've done for me. Hey, you know what? If you get a chance, I learned this from Anthony too. Can you give me a Google review? Boom. Another 5-star Google review, a great little plug about the gym. And I've been utilizing that a lot too. However, I saved a cancel. There's another way you can do it too. Anthony taught me this a couple years ago, and I do it every once in a while. As an owner, as a people person, you kind of get the feeling whether or not you should even dabble in this. You can kind of tell sometimes if it's because of someone's finances. Maybe they don't have the time, but you have to feel it out. Somebody comes in, they're going to cancel. They just have no time. Hey, look, if you have no time, I understand. But we do offer a limited membership trial. Well, what's that? Well, we take your membership that at the time is $29.99 and we slice it in half. So for $14.99 or $14.98, whatever you want to call it, you get to have your gym membership still. And, you know, it's for someone who's going to use the facility 6 to 8 times a month. So not that much. And if you feel that you're using the gym way more than that, and you want to do the honor system and come to me and say, hey, look, I want to reinstate the regular membership, then so be it. And if you go over a couple days here and there, I don't care. I just want you to use it. The chances
guest membership,
it gives you a fighting chance, and it has worked. I remember the first day he told me about this, I think I was 3 for 3. And I was like blown away. But I don't do it a lot because I don't want to come off as a salesy type of owner. I just do it when I feel the timing is right and that there's a good way to do it, you know. However, you're going to get a lot of cancels either way. You kind of
I'd rather have $15 than zero, right?
Exactly.
You know?
They're not using it anyway. So maybe, you know, what has happened is now they do use it. I have more members that didn't use memberships when we first opened 6 years ago for 2 years, 3 years, even 4 years straight that are now full throttle into it. They're really understanding what the lifestyle is about, and they're loving it. They're loving the attitude. They're loving the endorphin highs. They're loving the looks in the gym. They're loving that they're losing weight. They just feel good about themselves. And that's what it is, guys. It's a rat race, and you got to keep pushing. That's the biggest mistake I made when I opened my doors. I think it was like year 3. I don't know why I didn't push as hard. Things were good. Memberships were coming in, but I got stagnant. I push like hell now. Whether I'm away from my other work, I keep pushing, and that's what you got to do. You got to keep driving the business forward. Never get lazy and just sit back.
And for anybody that's watching this, that's going, because I know immediately someone's probably watching this, be like, whoa, I'm not going to lower the membership to $15 on it. You check the member usage. If somebody's canceling, the immediate thing is to check their usage. If they're coming once a month or they've only come 3 or 4 times out of the whole year, this is who that person's for. And you basically tell the person, I understand you have no time. We really don't want to see you go. We used to have a membership called the guest membership where normally a day fee here is $15. So all you're doing is just committing to 1 day fee. That's it. If you use it more than that, hey, you got one over on me. I hope you would come to see me and say, let's reinstate my membership. But if you don't, no harm, no foul. Would you like me to go ahead and apply that guest membership for you? So all you have to commit is 1 day fee a month. Yeah, okay, let's try it. I'd rather have $15 than zero because check your gym right now. How many cancels did you have last month? You had 40? Well, let's do 40 times 15 and let's see how much money I have more than you have. So,
exactly. And feel out the member. Like, guys, we see people all the time. We see different kinds of people all the time. Like my gym, we have everything. I got fitness classes. I got people that like to do bodybuilding. I like, retired people like to come in and just walk on a treadmill. I have people that want to power lift. You want to deadlift? No problem. Just don't use chalk because it's messy and I don't want to clean it up. But, however, we have all this type of people here, right? Read the person. If a perfect example, this lady, Debbie, she was telling me yesterday, and she's going to give me a Google review because her comment was so nice. It actually made me want to give her a hug. But she was a person who wanted camaraderie, wanted to join the gym to meet people, friends. She's an older woman. She's new to the area. And she wasn't listening to me. She would she came in, she's like, she's very upset, very insecure person. I want to cancel. And I'm like, why? Well, because it's just not working out for me. Yeah, because you're coming in, you're getting on the bike for 10 minutes and just sitting there by yourself, and you're trying out a machine. And I said to her, before you quit and drop it, try a yoga class. Debbie now comes 4 times a week to yoga only.
Wow.
She has 4 or 5 yogi friends. They go out to lunch. And not yesterday, it was a couple days ago, she told me, we were talking, and I said, Deb, I remember when you were going to cancel and I switched you. And she's like, I'm so glad I listened to you. You're such a good person. This gym has been a life changer for me. And I forget what she said. She's like, the community here in this gym is just amazing. And I have friends now, and it's all because of you. And I said, can you put that on Google? And she's like,
exactly how you said it. Yes. Put that on Google.
Yeah. And it's true though, and she now has a routine 4 days a week. She's happy. And that's what it's about. You help people. It's rewarding. And yeah, we're here to make money. We're here to generate business. But the bonus is that you really are helping people feel better about themselves and, get healthier and fit. It all becomes one giant thing, and it's a good feeling. So just remember that, guys. Read your people. Read them. Just know your clientele and what they need, and where maybe you need to direct them in a certain area because they're not happy with what they're doing because they don't know.
Sure. Well, one last thing before we used to go, because to finish off on cancels, another trick that I used to do that worked pretty well was if somebody was really moving, like no joke, they are moving. They're not just telling you that. Sometimes I would ask, well, you paid to sign up. Do you have a friend or a family member that you would like to switch spots? So this way they don't have to go through the whole sign up. I can just switch names out. We can give you their access card or, and basically all we have to do is put their card on file. We charge nothing. And we could just, they'll take advantage from your sign up. And that's helped. That's worked also. So something just to think about, because I know a lot of people go when they go, oh, there's nothing you could say for moving. That was my script for people that were moving that actually were. You have a friend or family member that you want to give this membership to, we could just switch a name. They don't have to pay for sign up. We're just going to come in if they want. We'll even give them a free orientation to use the gym. It's saving $40 or whatever your monthly dues are.
I love that. I'm going to use that. See what I mean? You learn something every time. I just learned something. Boom. We got 2 major things out of this. We're going to be doing the acclimation trainer sign up for January specials. And now I just learned a good little spiel on somebody's moving. That's a great point. Good job, man.
There you go. All right. Well, I'm going to call it. Do you have anything else you want to bring up, or are you good to go?
No, I'm good to go. I got to go anyway. The painter will be here shortly, and it's always been fun. I hope other people have learned things from this. Guys, I comment on the podcast because it helps generate views and to show that people are watching. We always say this, but if there's something you want us to talk about, topics, let us know. Comment on the topic, comment on the views so that Anthony could see, hey, Stan in Jacksonville, Florida wants us to go on this type of topic and talk about what we should do, what we do, and what we should do. So I think this is great. I'm always willing to do it, and I appreciate everybody doing their podcast with him as well. And this has been awesome, Anthony.
One last thing. Also, remember to check out our blog because we go over things like promotions for November. We go over other gym spotlights. These are the guys that were on the podcast the other week, the new gym owners that tells you their story and what where they're currently doing. So make sure to go to gyminsight.com, click on blog. There's a lot of useful information for owners in here. Make sure to check that out as well.
Cool. Yeah, good.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to me and Chris. We will see you and Chris. I will definitely have you back soon. And maybe after January special, we could re-gear and see how your January went.
Definitely. 100%.
All right, guys. Talk to you soon. Bye, Chris.
See you, buddy.
Later.